The Lyric Theatre's capital campaign is well underway with hopes of raising $500,000 locally before September the 30th. The Southwest Cultural Development Group has been busy approaching various businesses and other community stakeholders to invest in the campaign and received some positive news from the City of Swift Current this week.
With that, Your Worship, I'd like to recommend that Council commit to providing the Southwest Cultural Development Group a grant of $125,000 in 2012 and a grant of $125,000 in 2013 to be used for the restoration of the historic Lyric Theatre.
The $250,000 investment from the city comes with the stipulation that the full amount will be invested only if the Southwest Cultural Development Group is successful in receiving $500,000 from the federal grant.
You know what, I think what that was just essentially, if anything, a bit of an insurance policy. You know, we know that through some studies that they need approximately $1 million to protect the envelope of the building. So we wanted to know that if our investment is made and they get the grant funding, that building can be protected and renovated and updated. And from there, it's just focusing on the interior of it. But what we want to do is ensure that if we're unsuccessful in that grant application and we don't have $1 million, which we need to do it, that maybe we sit down with the cultural development group and those involved in the arts and cultural community and the Lyric and figure out what possibly Plan B is from there. So rather than giving money that won't go as far as what we want it to do, this allows a little bit of protection from the public purse perspective, but also gives the funds that we can access for such a great investment.
A partnership with the city which is welcomed by Gwen Ewer, who states the move by the city shows their value to the downtown and the importance of arts and culture in the community.
So actually, when the city made that amendment to their motion, I was actually a little bit relieved because I thought, okay, they do understand that it is a grant and that it is a process of applying for the grant. And we have confidence that even if we don't get the full $500,000 and that the city will take another look at their investment, but we are confident that they will come through and that they will give us money.
And as the Southwest Cultural Development Group welcomes the partnership with the city, the overall motion was only voted 4-2 in favor of the $250,000 by council, with councillors Toon Bugera and Dennis Perot voting against the motion.
For the last couple of years, I've been quite vocal that I felt we should have a liaison officer in our high school, and it always come down to funding and where are we going to get the funding. So my concern was if we were giving $250,000 to the Lyric Theatre on a grant basis, that maybe my liaison officer was getting a little bit pushed back further on the burner for budget reasons or whatever. So it's not that we don't support the Lyric and what it stands for, and of course we all support arts and culture and the downtown. If the grant was maybe a smaller amount, I would have maybe considered supporting the motion.
Meanwhile, Mayor Jared Schaefer says the city needs to support the Lyric in some capacity in order to benefit the community as a whole, and why discussions will continue with the Southwest Cultural Development Group if the full federal grant funding isn't received.
You know, one of the things that as a city council we've heard about and talked about is we often think, you know, we need more parking, we need more this, we need more that, but more than anything we need more activity and we need more vibrancy downtown and we need more events that bring people downtown. And I think this is a very exciting development for businesses downtown because it's going to ensure that you know, a facility that does all of those things is very vibrant, alive and well in our downtown core.
Prior to the city's announcement this week, the Southwest Cultural Development Group has raised $140,000 during its capital campaign, with $100,000 in reserves. The group has until September 30th to submit its application for the Building Communities through Arts and Heritage Legacy Grant. Notification of whether the Lyric Theatre will receive the federal funding will be announced later this autumn.